Hello, my friends. Hello, my life warriors, wherever you are in the world. I do hope you're having a good day. Welcome to the Day In, Day Out podcast. This is episode 99, where I had the privilege to have Max Cathcart on the podcast today. He has been working in the fitness industry for the last 9 years. We talked about a number of things about how he got started, what sort of health like tips and tricks people can use in these sort of lockdown times. Hopefully, by the time this comes out, we will be out of lockdown. Hurrah. And yes, basically, what some of his plans for the future, where he might be actually moving down to America. Who knows where? But nevertheless, please sit back, enjoy the podcast, and have a great day. Yeah. Peace. Hello, my friends. Hello, my life warriors, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to the Day In, Day Out podcast. Ooh, this is episode 99. Whew, it's been a long journey. What can I say? Today, I am very privileged, happy to have uh, Max Cathcart. You know what? I got your last name right, and I called you Mac. I don't know what the heck that's about, but nevertheless, Max, yeah, he is. How can I say? I I would call him a bit of a fitness guru and sort of like extreme athlete. The reason why I say extreme athlete, anyone who is psychotic enough to play hockey or lacrosse is a bit of an extreme athlete in my book. How
Yeah,
are you today, sir?
I am very well. Thank you for having me on. I'm excited to get going into this. Um, no, that's awesome.
I'm glad you're here today. I'm glad to hear you're here today. You like put it this way, with the way the world is right now, and with regards to like one of the key aspects of what we need to be doing with regards to the big old uh,
Mhm.
COVID pandemic, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, fitness health is one of the like key strong points, a pillar I would say that people need to focus on. And you've been in the fitness and health industry now with regards to nutrition for, is it the last 9 to 10 years?
Yeah, so it's been a long time. I mean, the nutrition game for me started when I was about that 17 years old. So yeah, 9 years now. And then yeah, school was later on after graduating and that sort of thing. But no, I started self-educating and then kind of the trial and error stuff, I guess you'd say, on myself,
Mm.
seeing what really works, what doesn't, what's given me great results, or what agrees, what doesn't agree with me, and which approach. That was the main thing too. Is which approach do I want to take with this? How am I going to sustain this long term?
Yeah, like with regards to the approach, like was it a case of you looked at it at the whole sort of sector and went, okay, these are the three avenues I want to go down, and then you narrowed it down from there, or was something which would just you drifted into it naturally?
You mean like the overall, like I pretty much just sat down with my goals and I was like, okay, like what is my ideal goal? Let's say 5 to 10 years from now. I
Mm-hmm.
didn't do a year. I didn't do 6 months. It was long-term goal. And I was a really small guy. I think I was weighing oh boy. I think I was when I started lifting, I was like 15. And I think I was like 130, maybe a little lower, 120 something.
Mm.
Um, I wasn't big. I'm pretty sure it was like 130. Um, but it's been a crazy journey just to see that like scale like climb, and I watched it like just climb and climb and climb over time. But I just can't believe it. Like still to this day, I'm just it's crazy because I did put everything I had into it. Later on, like that 19 to 24 mark is when like I went really hard into it.
Mm.
Um, but yeah, I mean, I just looked over my goals. How am I going to get there in a sustainable way? And and really kind of just went from there. And I knew that nutrition was going to be the biggest part. I was talking to a few guys when I was about like that 16, 17 mark, and they're like, hey, like nutrition is going to be what brings you up. Like this is going to be the make it or break it kind of deal. Like if you want your results or not, right? So you're going to have to put in the work. And I mean, back then and the people I talked to, it was pretty strict stuff, right? Like it was classic bodybuilders, because that's what I wanted. I wanted to develop and build this not a ton of muscle, but I definitely wanted to build muscle. One of my guys I looked up to was Greg Plitt, and I kind of wanted like that fitness, athletic, like ripped, whatever. I didn't want to be like Ronnie Coleman, big bodybuilder type guy, or anything like that. So that was pretty much it. So just went from there. New nutrition was a huge thing, and that's it.
Yeah, no, like Greg Plitt, like this is the thing, that guy, like Frig, back in the day, sorry he's gone, but you know what I mean, like he was like, you know what I mean, he was like sort of the pinnacle of like sort of fitness.
He was number one.
Definitely a pioneer in that. So wanted to emulate Greg Plitt. That is a high standard indeed, sir. Yeah. And so you went, okay, nutrition, workouts, everything like this. How did you get started with that sort of thing? What was the like day one? Can you remember?
Yeah, so it just went in steps, right? So we can kind of go, I'm going to try to keep it a little bit short. I won't tell you the entire story, but I'll break it into the main chunks for sure, and go from there. So 15 years old, started lifting, 14, 15. Even before that, we were doing dry land with hockey, but didn't really care too much about it, just getting introduced. But I remember the first time that I actually like worked out, and I was with my hockey team, and usually they're always doing like really like cardio type stuff, like HIIT workout type stuff. And something in order to develop your hockey skill as well. So it would, like, there's a lot of different things that they would do, but and I didn't like that. Like I obviously I wanted to develop my skill and stuff like that, but my main focus was like, hey, I want to get stronger, I want to get bigger. And so from there, it was just, I was really focused on the lifting weights part, because that's pretty much how it's going to get done. So, but I remember the first time that we hit the weights, and it was amazing. Like I went as hard as I could. I was pushing, obviously it's lightweight, but it was, I felt that pump, and I'll never forget this in my, like, for the rest of my life. Like I remember that pump, and I remember what it felt like. And I was a really lean kid, like, and I was definitely, I was skinny to me, but I was definitely bigger than most people my age, like muscle mass wise. My genetics, thank God, have treated me really well. And I was a bigger kid. My shoulders were bigger. They were much wider. Biceps and triceps were bigger than the average kid at my age. And this is when I was younger. But so that's kind of the first one. Was I hit this pump. I saw what it looked like. I felt it. And exactly like Arnold in his movies, man, he tries to explain what it feels like, and there's no like it's really good. So that's how I got addicted. That is 100% how I got addicted to the workout portion. So that was very, very easy for me to consistently do. Like I could go every day and smash it out for sure. So that's kind of how I got into the fitness part. Going to the nutrition, we'll quickly brush up on that one. I started working when I was 15. I started working at a supplement company. It was called Popeye Supplements. And we would sell, obviously, supplements, vitamins, your proteins, fat burners. There's a bunch of stuff in there. So it was a little bit overwhelming to learn all these products. I mean, I couldn't even tell you how many there is in there. Like it was insane. And going from someone who doesn't have much into it, kind of knows what a protein is, knows what a pre-workout is, and that's pretty much it. So learning all that, it took a couple months for sure, and a lot of studying, but I really enjoyed it. I could understand and I mean, see what value it provides, and if it even did really provide any value. And we'll get into supplements later and my thoughts on that, but that's how it started. And then that's when I started lifting with people and much older than me, and really looked up to the people that were like 22 and 25 at the time when I was like 16. And that's when they were like, hey, like nutrition's good. And I wasn't afraid to talk to them either. Like I would go up and be like, hey, like what is the main thing that you're doing? Like everyone always walks up and they're like, hey, like how much, these are the two things, like what's your training thing, or what's your training program, whatever. And then like how much protein do you eat? Those are like the two ones. And I'm like, that, like now that I know, it's kind of like how much I take and how much you take it's not going to be the same. So anyway, they told me that's how nutrition is going to be the biggest thing. And that's when I started doing that.
Ah, excellent. So like basically, like, yeah, running around as a 15, 16-year-old, like harassing people, asking questions as much, trying to learn as much as you can, going through a supplement company. And like, this is the thing. When was the sort of eureka moment when you went, you know what, I'm going to do this as a business myself?
I first thought of it when I was like that, and I regret it. This is the only thing that there's two things that I regret so far. I mean, you shouldn't. I mean, I'm happy how it all plays out, but if I could go back and change, I mean, again, it's tough to say, it probably wouldn't, but if there was one thing, it would be being a player. So I was a goalie in hockey. Oh. My first change would have been being a player, because I think I was much better at that, and it would have helped me for my height for sure. And the other one is just really starting out with the nutrition almost first, and really getting that down. But I mean, I caught on to it really, really quickly. There was one more that I just thought of too, and I don't remember. We might have to circle back to it.
Okay.
But, and kind of, yeah. So that's pretty much it. So, anything else? What else are we thinking about here?
You mentioned being like a goalie, like rather than being a player, but with regards to starting with the nutrition first. So I take it you started with the workouts first. Why would you why nutrition first rather than?
I think because I wouldn't say it's kind of like like I said before, thank God I got into it at an early stage as well. But let's say I'm the age now, I'm 26, and I was just getting started. Obviously we want to stay, like, I'm not saying don't work out, like that's amazing in any form. Even if you have no program, you have no idea what you're doing, it's still better than nothing. Absolutely. Obviously, depending on their goals, I mean, nutrition, you can do insane stuff with it. Like, you can get an average person that needs to lose a crazy amount of weight. They don't even have to work out. As long as you have your nutrition down, you'll lose the weight. You know, so that's kind of what I'm talking about, is really make sure you have your goals set, really focus on your daily habits, your nutritional habits. And then that's when you start tweaking in your fitness or your training programs and leveling up in that way. But that's how I would put it if I was starting out, for sure.
Yeah, like, this is the thing with regards to sort of nutrition, and like this, like, I work out myself, and like, yeah, the nutrition side of things is like, how can I say? I have a seafood diet. If it's in my presence, I will consume it in a hurry.
Yeah.
But one of the things I think not a lot of people have been talking about, especially with 2020, like, it's been stay at home, like, you know what I mean, lock yourself away, maybe exercise a little, but no one's actually talking about the sort of like fitness and health side of things, about eating right, eating properly, to like basically help some people lose weight or help some people get healthier. Because let's just say, with what we're all going through, this particular like virus, it's got its favorite type of people, if you get what I mean, when it goes past the old. But no one seems to be talking about that. Like, definitely not here in the UK, not in America, what I've seen. I don't know what it's been like for you guys in Canada.
Yeah, I mean, it's are you talking about like the overall cases, or who it's kind of targeting mostly right now?
Basically, like, from what I've seen, the disease, like the virus, is targeting people who are like so health and overweight, and you know what I mean?
It's going to be just anyone with immune issues, and like the elderly type. But I mean, I could get it as well, just if my immune system was really low, or I wasn't treating myself as I should, as in like keeping up with your nutrition, what you put in your body. And I mean, even let's just give it another way too, is like, even if someone is in incredible shape, right, and they look amazing, whatever, they might not be actually that healthy on the inside. So you can't, you know what I mean? Like that person might not be that healthy actually. So just because they look that certain way doesn't mean they're doing okay.
Oh no, I totally get what you're saying, because
Yeah.
what people sometimes often look at is like if someone's like muscular defined, like
Mhm.
extreme example, if you look at Arnold Schwarzenegger, like back in the day, and you go, oh my God, look at him. He's like 260 pounds of muscle, like, yeah, all defined. He might not be able to run 2 miles. His cardiovascular
Yeah.
system might be absolutely shot.
Yeah.
So, like, yeah, with regards to fitness on that side, with what's going on, people need to be wary of that. But I was like sort of focusing on more of the diet side, because no
Yeah.
one's actually talking about diet over
Yeah.
in the UK. America, I don't think anyone's really talking about diet at all. Really, it's just been lock up, distance, and you know what I mean. It's
Yeah.
not been the best. If you get one.
No, it's definitely not getting talked about too much.
Mm,
Um, it's really tough to even say, because like I'm really in the fitness realm, the fitness industry, and in my age group, even in the US, I know quite a few just in certain states, people that are my age and in the fitness space, and I go to Phoenix quite often, and you can even see it there, and there's a lot of people that take care of themselves and really like they're eating really good, like they
mm,
work out, like some are once a day, every day, or twice a day. Like there's, you see it wherever you hang out, you're going to see more of, obviously. So that's kind of what I see, but there's obviously a massive like portion that don't do anything about it. But I wouldn't, yeah, like it's really tough to say, because like everyone, I feel like everywhere I'm around down there is like in great shape,
mm.
and they take it like very serious, and the fitness industry is like in certain states are booming pretty good. Like I know Arizona's doing really well with that, and I think California is really high up there too. So in those two, yeah, I mean, there's obviously some people that don't really care about it, but I mean, you can't, until these are the main things I find, is until they have like a major crisis or health scare or something, like they're not going to do anything about it. They've already accepted it. They're comfortable with it. They may not like it, but they already think that they can't get there, or you know what I mean, and they don't have the motivation or drive to improve it. And there's nothing like, I mean, I can help you as much as I can and talk to you, but I literally can't do the work for you. So until they're ready to change, I mean, there's not going to be any change.
Uh,
So
yeah, no, I imagine it must be quite hard sometimes and frustrating, uh, for like seeing some people where you can go, come on now, just won't take that much.
yeah, everyone, like everyone needs a little push. It doesn't matter
Mm,
who you are. I need it sometimes too, and I'm happy to have like my friends around me that are like, hey, like you gotta like keep going harder. Like just people are gonna motivate you to do better, and that's what I do for myself as well. Is just like, hey, what did I do yesterday? How was the day? How was the workout? Like how can you make today better? Or you know, like the 1% thing. It's just like make your like 1% better the next day.
mm,
And that's, yeah. So everyone needs a little push. But it's like in my coaching experience, I kind of really make sure that that person is one that like accepted, like, and is ready for the change. That's the biggest part. Like they're willing to learn, they're going to learn the material, the method, like what information I'm going to give them, and make sure they're on board with it, because it's, you know, like I'm putting in as much effort as you into helping you, and probably more. And we want to make it work. Right. And get those results that you want. It's not going to be crazy hard. It's just make sure we're doing those things. And yeah, sometimes they need a push and they have a bad week, but we get back on it, and we have a great next week, right? So
that's right. Always pushing forward. I like that.
yeah.
Always. Like with regards to your coaching,
Mm-hmm.
like how many people have you been coaching to date? How have you been like? How many people have you helped
I
get to their goals?
I have not even, I haven't even like sat down and counted that. I have no idea.
1, 2, 1 million?
No, it's not. It's it's in the hundreds, but
Mm,
as far as if it's like, yeah, it's below 1,000
Yeah.
because I've been training for, but I'm counting like the ones that I started out with too, where I didn't even, they were almost like just asking for help, and then I would just help them when I wasn't even done my regular job or like schooling and stuff too. So I don't know, it's been since 18, 19 years old. It's been quite a few. So as exact number, I don't know, it's going to be 400-500, something like that.
Liking that. Like, this is the thing. One of the things, like, I have a friend in Cambridge named George. Like, basically,
Mhm.
like, it's kind of weird for me, because it's like seeing you here is like seeing what he'll be like in about 10 years time, because he's that became a personal trainer pretty much at the age of 17. He's like set up his own business pretty much at the age of 18. And
Yeah.
it's kind of scary, because he's like, yes, and like he's locked in, he knows what he wants to do, and he's worked it out. Pretty much like how you did.
Yeah.
And like, it's like one of the things I never asked him, like, what is the sort of feeling about when you've actually helped someone obtain their goal?
That's a good one, because, and I've said it before, and it's worth 15 times the amount that they pay you to do it.
Mm.
That's the easiest way. There's nothing else, and that's why you keep doing what you do, and you try to develop better methods or do more research and make it even better for that person or the next person, and make their experience better, or what can you change. Like, we're always looking to improve and make sure that we're 100% going to get you to where you want. But yeah, that's the feeling is insane. It's really good. Like, when I get the text in the morning, they're like, hey, I'm down to this, or hey, like, I'm just feeling way more confident this week. Like, I love cooking now. Like, there's a lot of clients that I've had that either hated cooking or didn't bother. And we pretty much start doing that. We build a menu for them that they can pick and choose and build different meals. I mean, they can be as free as they want with it. And then next thing you know, that you get the text, they're like, yeah, I love cooking now. And like, even that's a huge step too, right? Because it's not only just like the physical results. Like, I really, really focus on the mental as well. And we've got to make sure that that is right, because if that's not right first, then your body's not going to change, right? So that's a huge thing. But the feeling is amazing. We'll leave it at that.
I'm glad. Like, this is the thing, like, because like, I think one of the things I think people overlook a lot is like, service to others, and how enriching that could be for, like, not only the person you're actually helping, but like personally. And you like getting that, and like basically your reaction to that question, I got to say, I am impressed. I'm like, yeah, I'm glad you really like
Yo,
that.
yeah, no, I love it. I love it. That's exactly why you keep pushing and try to develop yourself as much as you can to provide just better service, like always trying to get better. And yeah, I mean, it's amazing. It feels a lot different when you're able to take an area that they didn't think they could change, or a habit. Because most people go to a coach to change their physical appearance, right? That's usually how it is. So it's like, I want to lose weight, I want to build muscle. It's like, okay, but we need to go deeper into your why. So why do you want to do this? And then we start to really dive into the things that they might be uncomfortable discussing, or this and that, right? So it could be anything, but when you get to change like their mindset and the way that they think about it, and just their behavior with it, and anything in that regards, or like, you've improved their sleep by whatever amount, right? Like, that's the stuff that really matters too, because it's not only just like your physical. We want to make sure that you're living like a better life, like a healthier lifestyle, and getting the most out of like your days, and that shifting into your work and personal life as well, so you can do more things, you feel a lot better, your life expectancy goes higher, right? So that's what we're looking for. It's not always about just being ripped on the beach, you know? So, I mean, I could bring my numbers all the way up to whatever it is if I was just pushing out little diet plans, right? And say I helped X, like those people that say they helped like 20,000 people. I'm like, in how long or whatever. It's like, yeah, I mean, this is completely different. Like, this is a huge process of change, and we get to your goals in a sustainable way. And that's why it's funny, because I get most of them that come to me, they're even like, hey, yeah, I did this. We won't say their name, but like one of the influencers programs, and like I hated it. It was like I had to eat this, and this. And there's some good ones out there, but there's also some really bad ones. And that's kind of, they're just like, I want something that is a step-by-step process. It isn't just a meal plan, and really figure out the lifestyle that I want. And that's kind of how we go about it. And so, I mean, it does take a long time, and that's why the amount of people goes down, because it goes into, it's longer with each person, right? So I don't have to pick up as many people, because we get them sticking around.
Yeah, and it's not breadth, it's depth. So like, no, like that's one of, like, something you just mentioned there. Like, basically, one of the things about the fitness industry, and I've seen it, like, it does get a bad rap because of like certain bad players out there, because peddling this, peddling that, and like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just not good. Like, trying to bow against that as a good actor compared to some of the bad actors out there. What do you find the most sort of frustrating things about that side of the fitness industry?
I don't know. It's tough. I mean, this is the thing, is like, I don't really look too much at what other people are doing. And I can honestly say that I could care less of how you go about it, or what plans you push out, or this and that. Like, I'm 100% and like 100% focused on how I deliver my information and how I coach people. And communication, everything like that. I mean, the biggest part is, it's just, sometimes it's tough to see that, like, I've even bought in programs for fun to see. I did it once, and this was like 4 years ago, to kind of see like, what is it about? Like, what do they end in there? And it's all just text. You got to read everything. There's no like solid, the main things is like the solid step-by-step information sometimes isn't there. But yeah, and just the personal one-to-one connection, and really working around like personal problems is not really out there. I guess I would say there's a lot of one-on-one coaches exactly like me. They might do it a little different, but I think it's just the fitness people that really want to just look at dollars and dish out as much PDFs and ebooks as they can. I mean, and that's it. So, and it might not be that great. I'm sure there's some, like, I'm not saying they're all bad at all. There's probably some really great ones. But yeah, just a mindset of they're after the money instead of actually really helping that person to another level besides looking good.
Yeah, with regards to sort of like extending like your sort of realm of help, I know you like in my research of yourself, I see you did how can I say, a brief soiree into vlogging LA.
Oh, that was fun. I actually like doing that stuff. It's just, I don't know. I don't really know why I haven't gotten into it a little bit deeper. I think the main reason why I don't do it is because most of the time I am in here, like Alberta, in Canada, and you know what, like, there's, where I'm at in Edmonton here, there's not a lot of nice things to see. We'll put it that way. It's snow, it's cold, and it's flat. And I mean, I would have to drive hours away to get some decency. Like, you know what I'm saying? So like the people that live in LA, the people that live in Australia, whatever, like, they can go out and make amazing videos because, like, obviously I'm not making excuses or anything, but it's a lot easier is what I'm saying. Like, it's a lot easier to be like, hey, like, look at that, like, you know, and incorporate that into your videos instead of making just videos of me like in the house and stuff. And yeah, really have fun with it. So I would rather video like experiences for my personal thing. I mean, I push out enough information, and that I kind of don't really want it to turn into that. I mean, I wouldn't mind helping and like doing a few things, but it would more or less be like fun for me to do, and something I would enjoy doing. But that's pretty much it. I did like the LA one. That was fun, but
Look, like you travel to Phoenix a lot. You got lots of people out there. Like this
yeah.
thing. I don't know if you know a UK YouTuber by the name, like his channel's called Team Rich. Like,
What's his name?
like I know his first name's Rich. Don't ask me his last name, but he does a lot of things. Well, he's big into the whole CrossFit like sector. So basically, there's lots of stuff of him. Like he films his workouts, stuff like that. Talks about what he does, but he goes around different boxes as well as that. And like basically, he's interviewed pretty much all of the sort of top people in CrossFit as well. Froning, Fraser, Toomey, like both of the Sigmund daughters. Like, yeah, like this is the thing. Like I can see, like, and when you say, yeah, there's not a lot going on in Canada, but look, come on now. I sit here in the UK. Like I'd rather look at someone like be slightly cold in the snow rather than sort of like seeing drizzle.
But that's the thing that I need to wrap around my head too, is that like, hey, people are going to be interested in it. They might not be, like, maybe they're not from a place that has snow. Like they want to see like how, you know what I mean? Like I 100% get it. The only downfall is when it gets this cold, like and you're doing stuff outside, whatever, like your camera's not even gonna work. And number two, you don't even want to stay out there for that long. When it gets to those cold months, you don't even want to go out. Like everyone stays in.
Yeah.
Like it gets cold and your trucks don't start, your cars don't start. You'll be pulling your door handles off because they'll just be frozen. And it's not fun at all. So that's the only kind of downfall we have. But yeah, I mean there's lots of things I could do.
Yeah.
I would like to get into it a little more, but we'll see down the road when I have some more time, I guess.
Hey, look, you put some good production into that video. Sorry, it's the only one, but yeah, put some good production. But yeah, all I've got to simply say is like, listen to you right now. If I come to Canada, it'll be in the summertime.
Yeah.
The summer.
Hey, you're not out of the woods yet, though. You got to remember that we got some good quality mosquitoes here. They'll eat you up. Some summers are really bad and some are okay, but the mosquito thing for me is another thing that it's like, oh, if it's not winter, it's mosquito city, and they're just all over you. It really depends on where you are, but I mean, I was country living, and going outside, you're just getting destroyed. Like it's bad. So it really depends on where you live. Like in the city, obviously it goes a little lower, but yeah. So for me, it's the mosquitoes, and I was like, oh, I can't do this.
Yeah. Like this is the thing. One of the things I did learn about you, like apart from avoiding the mosquitoes by traveling, you're a bit of a golf enthusiast.
I do. I really love golfing. Been doing it since I don't even know. Probably it's like 7, 8. I remember I got my first membership at about 10 years old for a couple of years. Me and a couple of the boys got it. And no, it's been really fun. Took some lessons and stuff, and I really love it. Slowly getting better at it. Unfortunately, the last time I golfed was March. So I was in Phoenix, and I think we only went a few times, but all my stuff stayed in Phoenix when this COVID happened. So I didn't have them for most of the summer, and then work kind of just piled on, and I didn't have time. So I didn't golf once this summer here in Canada, unfortunately. But
you can't let the skills get dull. You can't let the skills get dull.
No, we're gonna try we'll get back into it next year, and yeah, really get the rust out again. But I must say, the last round that I played in March was one of the best rounds I've ever played.
Oh, what was your score?
I don't remember completely, but it was a few over par for sure. So it was really good. I golfed with my buddy Corey, and he had one of the best rounds I think I've ever seen him play as well. And he'll tell you for sure. We both did amazing. I don't even know why. I think we were nervous because these guys rolled up, and they paired us with these two other guys, and the one guy was probably, I would say, like, he was mid 50s. The next guy, I think he might have been his son. He was, or maybe that guy was 60s, whatever. They were, one of the guys was maybe a little bit older than us, and the other guy was maybe his dad, but he lived on the course. And he golfs every morning, like whatever. And we're like, man, we're going to get just destroyed. Like, these guys are going to kill us. And they come wearing like the nicest, you know what I mean? Like the perfect polo fitted, the nice pants fitted, like belt on. And me and Corey are both in like our regular workout hoodies and like Lululemon pants and like gym shoes. I mean, it wasn't like that bad, but it wasn't the best attire, but like we're not bad. So then we start playing, and first drives go by, and we're already doing way, like, our drives are perfect. One guy went in the drink and one guy went in way to the left. So it's like, it was funny. Like, we went in with the mindset that we were going to get smoked, and these guys are going to put us to shame. And we just sidestepped, and we're like, man, let's see how good they actually are. They dress like they play pro. Let's see if they are pro. No, it was funny. It was good, but it was the best round, and it was fun. Great guys. It was good.
Loving it. You channeled your Happy Gilmore, as they say.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now, one question for you. Now, if you could meet like your hero from hockey, fitness, or golf, who would they be? I think the only one I would really want to meet, because I heard a lot about him. And the company I started talking to for fitness modeling in LA, the person that I dealt with was one of the agencies that kind of picked up Greg Plitt. And I'm trying to word this in the right way to not, just keep it. But I think it would be Greg Plitt. I think it would be him. I heard he was a really great dude. I wanted to kind of understand what he was doing. Like, this is back in the day. And I think it's still something that I really wanted to like meet him and kind of pick his brain about like what he was doing. And like, yeah, like, how did you sustain that? And maybe it was something that is frowned upon. I don't know. You know what I mean? So I just wanted to get some ideas. Like, it's not judgment or anything like that. It's just like, I genuinely want to know. And that's another huge thing too, is just like, how do you sustain that physique of being 3% body fat for every shoot for the past 5 years? So, but no, he was a really nice guy from what I hear and what I've watched. It was someone that I kind of wanted to meet as well. But there's definitely a few people that I would like to meet and discuss like more into it with them. It's mainly like fitness people for sure, but yeah, like, I really wish I could remember the documentary. I believe it's on Netflix. Basically it was like Greg Plitt was there, and it was a collection of like basically people through the whole fitness industry. It was just filmed before his tragic accident. Oh damn! And I basically
was it on YouTube or was it on?
I want to say it was on Netflix. You may be able to find it on YouTube.
Yeah, no, I don't remember if I watched it or not.
Yeah, basically, like, it was talking about like, how he went through a bit of a financial ringer at one point, and like basically he was doing construction, and when he was doing his photo shoots, he wasn't getting paid for all of his photo shoots. Yeah. Like, it was just like,
it's tough. It's really tough to get into, and it's like it's a cutthroat thing. It's crazy. That's kind of why I put it down. I was on it for about like 2 years, but I kind of was just like, hey, like, this is gonna be. It's not that I didn't want to try. It was just the main thing with agencies in the U.S. and having to get my visa to work there. That was like the biggest thing, and it takes a lot of time to get it. And then number two, it costs a lot of money. And I guess now that they weren't, from what I heard, it was tough to get someone to sponsor you, so you didn't have to, you know what I mean, like you didn't have to pay for like your visa, but you would work for them for X amount of years, right? And then the next thing is what I found out as I talked to more agents is kind of like you're never really guaranteed work either. So it's a big gamble, and you have to be like that one person, right? And you do a few, and then you kind of like you grow. But yeah, the guaranteed like, hey, you're getting casting calls, or like you're doing commercials, or you're doing photo shoots, it was going to be super inconsistent. And from people like with experience in it too, they're like, you can do it, like you might do really well. And most of them told me I would do really well. But he's like, you got to be prepared to figure it out somehow, and know that like, hey, like not a lot of things could be coming your way, and whatever you do get is going to be not a lot of money. And it's expensive to live in LA. So
yeah,
it was kind of like a big gamble, and didn't really want to take it then.
No, I understand. And like this, I was watching a YouTube video with Linda Bailey, like basically like you had Rob Bailey like talking about what she had to do to get like stay prepared all year round, and like this, like it was just like, if it was me, I'd just literally be miserable. Just like, that's like, just literally be miserable. That's like, that'll be my sort of daily reaction on a daily basis. But
it's tough.
Yeah,
for sure.
No,
it's definitely tough sustaining it. It's really hard. I mean, when you want to get to that level of staying in that shape for, I wouldn't even say as long as you can, but you can kind of go in and out of it, and you can really use like ingredient timing, like nutrient timing to your advantage, and really cycle like carb cycling and stuff like that to really make it a lot easier on yourself, instead of kind of like just like, here's your diet, like this is what you got to follow, no cheat meals, like whatever it is. I mean, you can stay in an insane shape and still have quite like a decent amount of leeway, and like good enough for me anyway. I don't need to have all these different things every day, as long as I have like something that tastes that I really enjoy and like twice a week, I'm good with that. And you know what, like some of the things that I enjoy most is a good like steak and potatoes. Like that's my favorite thing. And it's not a pizza, it's not this and that, right? Like sometimes it is like healthy or just a little bit better food for you is what I'm gonna say. So that's it.
Yeah, no, like talking about steak, that I can feel my mouth salivating at this present time. It's like like sort of jumping back a little. Like with regards to like, you mentioned like having steak and potatoes meals and stuff like this. Now, there are many a person I know who gym bunny here, gym bunny there, who like, they're on that supplement life. What would you say, like, what would you recommend with regards to that? Because I know some people who just use a supplement to replace a meal, or like, what is the sort of ideal to use a supplement?
So this is a good one. So this is where I learned all about when I worked there. And what are the benefits to each one? What does it provide you? Like kind of how is it supposed to change your body, or in what area, does it help improve your performance or your looks or whatever? And like the packages, like throw it all away. Like you'll see like these big companies and they'll have this guy that's either really big or he's just shredded or whatever it is. Right. And it's just like, this is one thing that I just always laughed like with, and it was funny to me because you just have this guy. Okay. You have this guy on this box and he's shredded out of his mind. And it's let's say it's a fat burner. So weight loss, fat burner, thermogenic, whatever it is. And it's like, this is a 30-day supply. Like they're pretty much saying like, this is what you're going to look like if you take this product, obviously. Right. So, and it's funny because like, they don't know what other like things that they're taking. I mean, that's maybe one of them, but just because that might be one of them, they say that gets them to that level. Right. So, They don't know that their nutrition is incredibly like dialed into their things. They don't know that they train 3 times a day, and they don't know that they take 15 other supplements and different things, right? Like that was just the funny thing to me. It's just like the average person picks it up, and I hope to God they don't like see that, but it's just like, hey, that guy shredded, I'm gonna buy this. And it was just like, no. But in my experience with supplements, they work well if you know when and how to use them. And the main thing with them, I'm not saying that I don't take any. Food is always going to be king. Food will always be king. You never want to replace like your food with supplements unless you're in a bind or you have to kind of take it that way in your schedule. So like hockey players on the road, like whatever, but in between, like you're on the ice for like these academies, you're on the ice and then you're going into a workout, like whatever. Yeah. Then we're going to start probably using some different stuff and supplements. So there's lots of benefits to them depending on your goals and situations. But as in the general, for like the general person just looking to feel better, look better, or hoping that it's going to aid in their progress, and always look at your nutrition first. Make sure your training is dialed in as well, and then start going into the supplements for sure. And if you do want to do that, make sure you are researching, figuring out which ones are really going to work for you, and maybe even go into depth on like which ones does your body need, or what are you deficient in that your body needs as well. And maybe go through the vitamins first. So maybe start picking up some digestive enzymes or probiotics and go that way, like your multis, right? And really get into that before you get into like, hey, like pre-workouts and like your BCAAs and stuff like that. You want to use or actually purchase things that are going to improve like your health, right? Instead of like just going after a visual look. So these things are gonna, like digestive enzymes are just gonna help you digest your food, transfer, like you get others like super enzymes too. You get B100, like this all helps like transfer nutrients within your body. So those are the things that you really want to look into. Again, like it's before that's kind of in a supplement realm, that's what I would go with first. And then if you want to go into the like the BCAAs and creatines and stuff, I mean, you can just maybe take one at a time for like that month or two and see how that worked with you. And then if it worked well, then you can keep taking it, add something else in. And if you really, because if you're taking too many at once, you don't know what's working, right? Like maybe this one's working, maybe this one's not working. And then you're wasting your money, wasting your time. And it's just really, if you're going to do it just on that level, and more enhancing stuff, like for visual, I guess you would say I would really try one thing at a time and see how it works. If you found something with it, great. If not, move on to the next.
Yeah, no, I had this like a mental picture of some guy just like throwing everything into a mixer, putting water in, shaking it up, drinking it back, and that's like going gains. That's what popped into my head. I was like, gains.
Yeah.
But
keep sorry.
No, I'm glad you said food is king, because like this is the thing. Like I think many a person forgets it's all in the name. It's called a supplement. It's like it's not the be all, it's not be all end all, it's not replacement, it's supplement. So it's like you're a little bit short, you use it to that supplement to boost you up a little. But it's like
says it right on there, dietary supplement. That's what it says.
It's like you're like, no, because I have met many a person who's like, I've been just drinking this. Like,
they just live off that stuff.
Yeah,
for sure.
I've look at him and go, why are you doing that to yourself? It's crazy.
No, food will always be number one. And you'll see the best, you'll feel your best, you'll perform your best. Everything will be at peak when you always put food first. I mean, it's very rare that I'm even taking protein. Once I'm not on my good shakes right now, I usually make like a berry blend or like a chocolate shake, peanut butter chocolate shake. That's usually when I'm like gaining. But I just recently kind of stopped making those. And even then it was 1 scoop a day. And that was it. I wasn't like trying to pound 4 shakes a day and whatever, but like, it's nice let's say at the end of the day, like I needed to get more protein in to hit my macro goals or calorie goals, then it's nice. Yeah, you can have that. You didn't have any chicken ready, you didn't have any protein source ready, then you can grab that. Yeah, and it helps you. But like, yeah, if you're plowing through tubs like every 2 weeks or something, it's like, man,
You got
it's
to.
chicken might be cheaper, dude.
It's like, hey, go to the supermarket, buy some food. Just like, yeah, that might stop you shaking at this present time. There you go.
Yeah. No,
Loving it. So, with regards to, forget about what's going on in the sort of world today, but with regards to the future, what do you like? What is something you want to achieve or gain over in the next, say, 6 months to a year?
In my personal like development on my body, or in my like personal life, or you know what I mean?
Well, for your personal development, that might be your body, that might be your business, that might be like, in somewhere far and exotic. Who knows?
Perfect. No, yeah, that's what I wanted to just narrow down.
Yeah.
It was I've been really working on myself for the discipline part. I mean, when I usually want to do something, I'll do it no problem. And it might be, I'll have difficult spots for sure. But when I really get down to it and I want to crush something, like I will, I just want to even develop that like mental discipline and toughness even more. I think I was actually like more disciplined back in the day than I am now, because I feel like I've been doing it. I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, I've been doing this forever, but like it's been a long time. Like I've been doing this for like 11 years. And I mean, in the early stages, I was keeping it relatively strict, right? And I didn't enjoy a lot of things, and I watched all my friends enjoy the lakes and drinking, and not saying I didn't, but definitely not as much as them. I never really went out and partied through my younger like 20s. I didn't do any of that. So, but I mean, I built something that I'm proud of, and that I love, and I'm confident with it, and I keep building as the years go on, and that's it. But it's just going to be really, really getting my mental discipline and organization and everything like that. I just want to be as organized and structured, and just really, that I don't even know how else to like really explain it, but just the clarity and even get to another level than I'm already at now. It always needs to be worked on, I guess you'd say. So
yeah,
that's my main thing, is just really narrowing down that one and mastering it. And it never will be mastered, but when something happens and I need to really bounce back, or we have things in life that we need to really you need to get out of it quick, because it could go bad fast. So like those are the things, as well as like really digging yourself out of holes that might potentially happen. And anything like that. That's kind of the more or less. And when I want to get to a certain physique goal too, like it's not going to be a problem for me. And I can go to a birthday party, I can go out for dinner and either not eat the food or whatever. Like I will, but like I know that when you keep building it, like I could say no if I wanted to, and I did for most of my younger years. I remember, you can ask all the family, we would have turkey dinners and stuff, and it was like Christmas, and I had to do a shoot in January at the start, so it was December, whatever, and I wasn't eating the stuff, and I wasn't eating anything. I had my meals there, I brought it, like Christmas dinner, I remember this, and it was like it was back then, but like people were like, everyone was kind of like, they were upset about it, but they didn't understand what I was trying to do. And when you're going to that level, you have to do those things. Like you can't really mess it up, right? So that's pretty much it. So just mental discipline, get that stronger than ever, and keep improving it always.
Yes, I like this. One of the things I often see, and I think like even experience in my life, when you're sort of doing a journey which requires that extra discipline, it requires you to go that a little bit further.
Yeah.
People who are not on that sort of path can't understand the sort of like lengths you have to go to make that basically like I'm not too sure if this is something I've read somewhere, but like, yeah, greatness requires sacrifice.
Mhm.
And trying to find that sort of path to greatness is sometimes a long, hard, lonely journey. And
Yeah.
like keeping your mental faculties when, you know what I mean,
Yeah.
temptations all around. Believe you me, it ain't easy. Like this is the reason why I've got a seafood diet. Must be stronger. But yeah, but no. You seem to be weathering it well. And yeah, going forward. Now, I have to say this. Like, one of the things I haven't revealed in this conversation that I am a supreme cosmic being of ultimate power. I can grant you one wish. You can't have any more wishes, and you can't wish for world peace. Like, what would that one wish be? What could I grant you?
Oh, there's so many things.
Hey,
There's so many things. Oh, I honestly I can't even think of one right now. That's tough. Like it's tough.
hey, I'm sure you can think of one.
I honestly just like I wish it would like the world would just go back to what it was and there was complete like there was just positivity and like just no more of this stuff is what I'm trying to say. Just everyone respects everyone, everyone gets along. There's no more of this crazy nonsense, these riots, this just like it's a mess right now. And I honestly wish it would all just go back to normal and improve, right? Like just peace, love, be kind. Everyone's kind to everyone. And yeah, we all push each other to become better humans and provide for each other. And that's it. That's honestly it. There's not, that's the best one that
Okay,
I would
that's
want for a wish.
very
It's
cool.
not more money. It's not going to be anything like that. It's something that for sure, like, because it, like I want to be able to travel and do those things as well. And again, with like that peace thing, it's like everyone, right? You get like these laptop warriors that like comment on your stuff that are just, and just people who disrespect you in another way. And we're seeing those videos go viral and viral now, right? Like they're insane. Anything that is remotely like bad, it gets cycled, right? And I just, yeah, I mean, I just wish everyone was respectful of each other and nice and we could all bring each other up and no more hate. That's pretty much it. So that's it.
No, no more hate. Sounds dangerously close to world peace, but you know what? I'll let you have that.
Yeah, world peace. That's pretty much it. I wanted to go a little deeper into just say that word, but the reason why, for sure, and the main things, absolutely. But yeah, that's it.
Like this is the thing. I would say definitely. Like I'm gonna say this to you now on the podcast. Like while everyone's here, yes, I do that. You get on that YouTube thing again.
Yeah.
Like and like this is the thing. Like yeah, if you can mix it in with like a little bit of like you like doing the vlog thing, if you can do that with a little bit of fitness stuff like this,
Yeah.
I think be a good sort of outlet for you.
Yeah.
Mental growth and like yeah, seeing as you travel to Phoenix a lot, like I must ask, will you be transferring yourself to the United States at some point?
I hope. I really do.
Yeah.
It's been something I've wanted to do since I was like 20 years old, and figuring out the way to go about it, like the legal way to do it, and how much it's going to cost, and what way is the best way to take it. I mean, like we can't go too deep into it, but yeah, just you want to look at it long term again, right? Like you want to be, your ideal goal is to be a resident, right? So
Yeah.
that's what you don't want, just temporary visas and stuff. So there's a lot more steps in that to make sure you get your residency instead of just they can just walk up, take your visa and never let you in again, right? So that's where I'm just still deciding kind of how to go about it, and I talk to the lawyers and see which way we're still going with it. I mean, it'll happen. Again, I got a lot of things here that I need to get done too, and make sure those grow as well. But for now, it's just going to be the travel back and forth, and I don't mind it. I got lots of family here that I need to see, and business here I need to do. So I'm okay with it for now. But yeah, eventually it would be nice.
Will it be Phoenix, Arizona, or will it be elsewhere in the States? Because you did mention LA, which a lot of people seem to be fleeing that state at this present time.
I don't think it wouldn't be LA. I would be going somewhere definitely less key. Or low key. What am I saying? Definitely more low key, maybe a bit more south. And that's a great one for sure. I mean, I would like to at least experience it like that. That's kind of what I'm looking for too, is like, maybe, you know what, you take a year and you like Airbnb it or whatever, right? For a year, and kind of see, like, you go to California, wherever you think you would like, right? And you go to Phoenix, like I kind of already know that one, or you go to New York and you see how it is. And Utah, like I know, like Colorado for me would be a huge one too, like Utah or Colorado, like Salt Lake City, I mean, or Colorado would be amazing too. Like I like the snow. I like it's not too hot, right? So there's a bunch. Texas would be a great one.
Yeah.
You know?
Not because a lot of people like Texas, like basically all of the places you mentioned, that's a lot of people are going from California to like those places. Colorado, Salt Lake City, yeah, definitely got the same type of weather you've got in Canada, maybe not as cold, but yeah, for sure.
It's definitely not as cold. That's for sure. I'm pretty sure it's not even close. I honestly have no idea what the temperature gets to there, but I know it's not minus 52 Celsius on some days. Like we had one of those last year.
Yeah.
So at one of those days, and that was very cold. I did not like.
Well, okay, look this way. I like when it gets to -3 or -5 sometimes in London, and that's a very rare thing. I bitch and complain when it's around about like 0. Just like when you're going -52,
I made a video on it too. We made so I was a little bit big into TikTok at the time, and I started it because it was like I could do whatever I wanted and it was fun, and I could make funny videos, and I started out doing it like just for me and having fun and kind of just whatever, and then you kind of have that one, like no one knew I had it. That was the thing, is like I kept it to myself. My friends didn't know.
Yeah.
No one in the family knew, like no one knew about it. I was just having fun and I didn't want anyone to know. And it was just like, I'm just going to do my thing on here. And then you have that one video, and I did it with the -52 weather. You can go watch it, but I take a t-shirt, and we were just having fun. And I was like, man, let's just freeze this t-shirt and then we're going to make something out of it. And that was it. And it went viral. I think it got like 9 something million views, and then it kind of exploded, and I was like, damn, everyone knows who I am. I remember like I went and got my hair cut after. It was like a couple months after, and like these videos kind of don't go away, like they still go through the feed. And she's like, hey, are you that TikTok guy that did that thing? And I was like, oh man. Yeah.
Yeah, in a city of 1.3 million people, yeah, I bet you're like, hey, I've seen you. It's like,
yeah, it happened a few times, but it was fun, and I haven't been on it in quite a while. I kind of let up on it, but that is what it is. Can't do too many.
Well, hey, like this is the thing, man. Like you got, get back on it, because like, hey, do it, because like, look, with like TikTok is, well, it is the thing. It's not the next best thing, big thing. No. It is the thing right now. That Instagram, but yeah, you can be helping like the next sort of generation of kids coming up with their sort of fitness goals and dreams, you know?
Absolutely. I think, I mean, it's a great outlet to have some fun, and then also, again, to spread more information about it. It's really tough, like especially when you don't have like a massive team to really get all of like the video content, right? Get all on the TikTok, the YouTube, get sure all the posts are ready for the Instagram. Like it's not easy at all. So you kind of have to figure out which is your best way to go about it. And I think that's why Instagram included like the reels and stuff, because they want one, they just ideally want one platform.
Yeah.
Right? So that's it. And they all compete with each other. But yeah, I mean, Instagram's losing compared to like TikTok, just because their organic reach is insane and people can grow fast. And they're really cutting that down. And that's why I think like a lot of people are going to be going to something else, which is like TikTok or whatever. And that kind of blows up your Instagram as well, once you get big enough on there. So there's lots of pros to everything. You can do it all if you can. I mean, just figure out which ones that you can see yourself sticking to, and that's it. So we'll start some stuff.
No, I hear you. I look forward to seeing that stuff in the future for sure. Yes. Yeah. Epic things, I'm sure, are in store for you, whether you are in Canada, Phoenix, Colorado, Texas, wherever you might be. But yeah, can you tell the lovely people out there where they can find you?
Yes. So you can find me on Instagram at Max Cathcart, or the website maxcathcart.com. Those are pretty much my two go-tos. That's where I spend most of my time. So those are the two places you can reach me, read up on information, and go from there.
Perfect. Thank you, Max, for coming on today. Yep. You see, I managed to get your name right at the end. I like to say thank you to you, my friends, my life warriors out there. Stay well, stay safe, be excellent, be cool, be fantastic, be all the positive bees you can be in this world, and then some. Thank you very much. Have a great day and be awesome. Bye-bye. Hey, and we are